What's up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, on here with a new video for you guys to enjoy. Well, the spiel I'm going to make today is about a controversial subject that's been going around the internet, and that was the video Ay Caramba that Tyga made, a rapper from LA who's biracial. I didn't know this until more recently. He's half Vietnamese and half Jamaican, and but he would still be considered black. I'm pretty sure he self-identifies as black. I could be wrong. Maybe he identifies as biracial, but the bigger society is going to look at him as black, which is where the controversy comes up. Well, he made a video called Ay Caramba, and I guess the video seemed very offensive, and it showed, raza in kind of a negative light, in a stereotypical light, and a lot of people were not happy about it. And basically, a lot of people called out Tyga, saying that he disrespected the raza and is making a mockery of our culture and our people. Now, one of the number one people who really, really called this out and made pretty much a big deal about it was American Cholo. And hey, I gotta give props for where credit is due. You know what I mean? I may not agree with American Cholo all the time, but I've always liked his stuff, and I like some of the things he talks about, and I watch his channel. So, to Gil, the American Cholo, I give much props for calling this out. Now, I've made a video about this, and I've heard different things. Some people say it's offensive. Some people think they don't look at it as offensive. And, you're entitled to think whatever you think, and I'm entitled to think whatever I think. And I find it offensive to a degree and in bad taste. And again, like I said in the video before, the black community would not like if we made a video, or Latinos made a video with some stereotypical, black like caricature running around eating watermelon, or some guy in a black face, you know what I mean? Or some Latino in a black face with a fake afro, dressed like a Black Panther, or dressed like a gangster, a black gangster, or dressed like like, I don't know, daishiki, you know what I mean? Making a mockery, you know what I mean? The black community wouldn't like that, and they would call it out, and I wouldn't be mad at them for calling it out. So in this instance, I guess the black community shouldn't be offended if people got offended by this, because damn well your community would get offended if one of us did it. And Tyga apologized. I seen the whole video yesterday. It's on Power 106, which is one of the stations out in LA. It was Gil the American Cholo and Tyga. They had a conversation about it. American Cholo gave his version, basically the way he put it: as a brown man, this is what I see. And Tyga gave his version as a black or biracial man, or whatever he wants to see himself as. This is what I see. Now, he says he was paying homage to Mexican culture or Latino culture because he grew up in LA around Mexicanos, and if LA is a city that's majority raza. Gil countered it and said, well, we don't look at it as you're paying an homage to our people. We look at it as you're making a mockery. Now, Tyga also says that the fat character who was eating nacho chips or whatever was not supposed to be a Mexican. I don't know if that makes sense, but he says something like it's supposed to be him in a fat suit or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? Tyga claims that he didn't mean it to offend no one, that he didn't know he was offending anyone, and he didn't know too much about the controversy because I guess he was doing a show out in Europe, and when he came back to the United States is when he found out about it. Now, he formally apologized to the Mexican community, and I guess supposedly he took down the video. And is that a win for our community? I guess you could say it is to a degree, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done. And this is not, I don't see it as black being pitted against brown, or nah, I don't look at it that way. Because, black and brown people, we support each other more than we think in many ways. But at the same time, we're two different cultures and we have our differences. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. And there's, let's keep it real. Latinos, we gravitate a lot towards African American art forms. We're into oldies, which is a black art form, which is R&B and rhythm and blues. That's what oldies is, which came from African American people. We gravitate to funk, which is an African American beat as well. We would gravitate to rap, which was created by African Americans, but it was also had influence from Caribbeans, from like Jamaica and from Puerto Rico. So you can't give the full credit to African Americans, because Jamaicans and even Puerto Ricans played a part in it. But, you know, for the sake of argument, yes, Latinos in the United States at least tend to gravitate towards black art forms in many ways, or musical art forms, you know. But yeah, man, to me it's just like come on, man. It's like there has to be a mutual respect, you know. And the problem is, a lot of times these record companies are not owned by black people. They don't dictate what's going on. And, you know, Hollywood has a long history of stereotyping Latinos, of stereotyping black people, of stereotyping Asians and other minorities. And it just kind of hurts that, you know, someone from the black community will turn around and use the same stereotypes that were used to put down his people a long time ago to put down another people. And that's not cool. Now, hey, like I said, Tyga manned up like a man, not like a little kid, came to the table, talked about the situation at hand, and he's seen where he might be wrong. American Cholo pushed the issue and got got him to apologize. Well, not got him, but got him to come to the table to apologize and have the video taken down. You know? And again, it's nothing against the black community. It's not even against black or brown. You know, it's just a level of respect. You know, sometimes you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know, and that goes for anybody, whether they be black, Mexican, Latino, Asian, white, whatever. You know, there has to be a mutual respect. And it's funny because who really says "ay caramba"? I was thinking about that the other day. I think if people in Mexico did say "ay caramba" a lot, it must have been the older, way older generation. Because who really says "ay caramba"? I never heard my mom really say "ay caramba," or, you know, I only heard Bart Simpson really say it, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man. Once again, us as Raza Latinos, we can't be silent, no matter who it is. When people attack our community, it doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter if they're white. It doesn't matter if they're black. It doesn't matter if they're other Latinos. It doesn't matter if they're Asian. If they're offending our people or coming after our people, we have to speak up. And we have to stop being that silent group of people. That would be the one lesson I would say you should learn from this. We can't be the silent wetback or the silent Vice our beaner that they expect us to be. We just can't. We can't be the, "Sí, señor, it's all good. I'll do what you say." We can't be that dude, man. You know, we gotta speak out. And for those who are saying, "Oh, well, you know, that's crying. That's what other people do, or that's what black people do," you know, you're an idiot. If anything, I learned from black people and from other minorities like the Jewish community that when someone speaks out against your community, you go after them. You know what I mean? You hit them in their pocketbooks. You hit them. That's the most important place to hit them, in the pocketbook. You know what I mean? And Tyga, the reason he did this is probably because it was hurting his, or he felt it was going to hurt his pocketbooks, especially when Latinos support a lot of rap music. You could ask any rapper and they'll tell you that one of their biggest fan base is Latinos. So we do have power, man. We just don't realize it. And we are a growing minority, we're a growing group. You know what I mean? And we're a force to be reckoned with. And that's all I got to say. Don't be silent. And much props to Tyga for apologizing, taking down the video. Much props to American Cholo for doing what he did to speak out about this. You know what I mean? And, hey, black and brown people, we got to respect each other if we want to unite in any way or be in any kind of coexistence. You know what I mean? We got to respect each other. That's all it comes down to, respect. Not hatred, not envy, not demeaning people. It's respect. And that's all I'm going to leave it at. This Oakland Latinos United. Late.